If you have a target to achieve in life, think about what you're going to do after achieving the target. No one stops at position X. They always go for X plus 1. This is what helps individuals grow, and this is what helps companies grow, and this is what should make you grow. So I'm from Bangalore, and the bug of MBA actually bit me fairly early when I was in my BTech itself. I've been interacting with leaders all throughout my professional experience across internships and across even the organization that I've worked with. When I interacted with these people, right, I was able to see the difference in the level of thinking that they brought to the table, the foresightedness that they had, the structured method of thinking that they had, and how they were able to articulate their company's goals and visions. Interacting with these people, I also learned that some of them had done their MBA. They spoke highly positively about the experiences that they had, the network that they built throughout their MBA, how that helped them advance in their career as well. At this point, after 3 years of experience or so, I knew that I wanted to do something different, and path would have led me, I would have gone to a different path only via an MBA. So that is where I made the choice that, okay, Great Lakes would be the optimal choice for me.
So in class 12, I decided to choose commerce stream, and I wanted to pursue a career in finance. And I chose to do wanted to do a chartered accounting course or an MBA. And I realized that CA was not, for me, was not my cup of tea. So went ahead with bachelor's in commerce, and I wanted to work, get into corporate life, learn a bit about the industry before I jump into an MBA. And I did that for 3 years. I was a direct tax consultant at Grant Thornton. We were part of the Indian tax, where we did compliances, advisory and litigation for Indian companies. And then after 3 years, I realized I wanted to expand my horizon, wanted to do more in finance than just the niche tax. So I thought MBA was perfect now, and I joined Great Lakes.
My name is Bavneet, and I am from Kurukshetra, Haryana. I have done my BTech from NIT Jalandhar in Industrial and Production Engineering. After that, I started my career as a system engineer in Tata Consultancy Services. Always being in the technology side, I always wanted to know the holistic view of a business and understand different factors that are involved in solving crucial business problems.
I attended a couple of webinars that was conducted by a college before the admission cycle, where they explained about the benefits of a 1-year MBA over a 2-year MBA, and how even they propagated that a 1-year MBA is way more intense than a 2-year MBA. So you are put in the position of pressure, right, where you are in those circumstances where you need to deliver and you don't have time to adapt. You need to be flexible, which is a lot like how you would be in a job role. And coming from a working environment, I know that circumstances can change immediately. You are expected to deliver with utmost speed and stuff. So the 1-year program seemed like a perfect fit for my personality type.
I realized also the new oil is data. Data analytics is so upcoming right now, and you cannot avoid it at any point of time. So that was also one of my primary considerations while choosing a college when I did my research, and Great Lakes is the best in the country for data analytics. So with finance and data analytics, I felt that combination was perfect in Great Lakes. As I mentioned, that bouncing back after a 1-year program made much more sense to me, considering I had 3 years of work ex already, rather than spend another year in a 2-year MBA.
I am coming from this domain of e-commerce, and I am looking at marketing specifically. So I have been fortunate enough to be introduced to digital marketing and work in digital marketing right from 2017. This has helped me shape my career till date, and I hope it does going forward as well. My specialization would obviously be marketing in Great Lakes Institute of Management, and I know the faculty here is more than capable of helping me become a way more skilled and developed individual. Speaking about a sector per se, e-commerce is something that has developed rapidly in India over the last couple of years with COVID and other influences as well, such as technology and mobile data penetration and things like that. All these culminated and helped me make this decision towards doing an MBA in marketing.
Tax was extremely interesting, but I didn't want to stick to the niche. I wanted to expand, explore other horizons in finance, like in IB, investment banking, or M&A, valuation. These really interested me, and I wanted to explore these options. With my experience in tax, I couldn't progress into that field, so I thought an MBA would make perfect sense for me to make that switch.
My plan was very straightforward before doing MBA. Like, I want to build my career into the tech consulting field. I want to know how the interaction with clients happen and how we have to make strategic decision making after talking to them, and how to make them believe that as consultants we can do a great job and make them solve their problems also. So that's why I want to specialize in the field of AIM Lab here. That is the specialization at PGPM course that they are offering.
So I've come across a few people who are from the same domain where I have been, and a lot of people over here are from varied domains, right? You get to know their experiences, you get to know the industries that they worked in, and it's vastly different from the exposure that anyone else would have had individually. We try to pick up those nuances which we feel would help us going forward if we're looking to shift a domain or so. In terms of pedagogy, cases and lectures are the mainstream over here, and the cases are from real life scenarios and from brands that we've heard about and we've spoken about possibly during our younger days, and we've had like certain aspirational brands that we talk about generally, and we've learned about how certain decisions were made in those companies as well, right?
So I've worked with a lot of chartered accountants, and I realized their perspective of the business, which is typically a very finance approach to the business. I wanted a much more broader approach, and I did meet a lot of MBAs as well at work. At college, I met a lot of people who had a much wider aspect, who jumped into marketing directly, and their approach was completely different. I wanted to understand different perspectives and how each of them thought, and to empathize and understand their perspectives would help me in my work better. That made more sense to me than having a focused goal. Because I think management is all about, you're running a company, right? At the end of the day, you're going to have various divisions like finance, marketing, operations. You can't have a single vision. It can't be tunnel. You just have to be broad. And I think MBA is giving me that. So yeah.
I think in our work lives, we hardly get any time to introspect. So doing an MBA helps us to reinvent ourselves, grabs new opportunity, and experience things that we were not able to do earlier.
I'm looking at the retail space and specifically the D2C direct to consumer space. E-commerce has been such a huge boom, and I've been fortunate enough to make a career out of it till now. I want to get back into the same domain, able to contribute to a larger extent and be a key stakeholder in some of the decisions that these organizations take. I want to go and become one of these key stakeholders, right? The one who's taking major decisions in terms of, say, product development, marketing decisions, campaign decisions, and whatnot. Being in this position that I am right now, I know that the skills that I will develop over here and going forward after my MBA as well will help me reach a position such as this. And if you want me to place like a designation on it, somewhere between a product manager or a brand manager in a retail organization is where I'm looking at.
For me, it's right role, definitely. Because considering companies have come here with much higher packages, for me, it is definitely the right role, considering I want to be in finance. So right role with a good pay is the best, win-win. But it's okay, I'm willing to compromise on the pay if I get the right role.
When you take any decision as an inexperienced, or I would say as a young professional, right, you are not accustomed to using frameworks and using methodologies that professionals use or big managerial consultants use, right? This is, at this point in an MBA, you learn to adopt these methodologies in your own thinking cycle and in your own decision cycle, and you try to understand how these would actually help improve the kind of decisions you've been taking till date, and going forward you're going to take better decisions.
One of the major skills that we acquire while doing MBA is time management, because we are loaded with so many assignments, case studies, projects in a single time, and eventually placements are also going. So we have to take care of everything in a single day. It's sometimes 24 hours are not enough for us to get into the things that are really going in the campus and studying also and taking care of ourselves also.
Everyone would have those industries which they are keen and they follow, right? It can be anything, right from automobile to retail to even healthcare. When you have an eye for interesting articles that come out related to these industries, you are already developing an interest. Try to see if you can find a role within these industries and see if an MBA would help accelerate that transition from your current position to one of these roles. Try to see what function interests you, right? From marketing, finance, it can be even operations and supply chain. If one of these are already your specialization, you're already halfway there. And an MBA would just accelerate that process a little more.
I will say that do not jump into if everyone is saying in around your environment that do MBA, if you are engineering background or if you have BCom background, just do MBA. Don't go with that. Just listen to like what you want to do with life, because MBA, I was also very skeptical when it was my turn to do whether I should do MBA or not. So you should be looking into all the options and consider like, is the MBA right choice for you?
If you have a target to achieve in life, think about what you're going to do after achieving the target. No one stops at position X. They always go for X+1. This is what helps individuals grow, and this is what helps companies grow, and this is what should make you grow.